What's going on?
Yeah, F9 has... Oh, I think F9 is quick load on this actually, so I have just sort of messed that up.
What are you playing?
Mass Effect 2. So I've got the system to...
Why are you frapsing it then?
Cause
Because we
Alex
have
wants a discussion.
discussions.
And I forgot to change this pistol out.
Then
Retribution.
I have a question, but beforehand, a few hours ago, my guinea pig died, and the third guinea pig we've had, and guinea pigs seem to like topple over when they die.
Is that... Most pets do that. I mean, goldfish do it, but I guess that's because they can no longer control their action.
Yeah.
That gland that they have that makes them go up and down like a submarine.
Well, with guinea pigs, they're small creatures, and like standing up and laying down looks exactly the same because
Their legs are very stubby.
yeah, and so you can't really tell normally, and it just seems weird that they're about to die, better just topple over and do something that I've never done before.
No, it's hard to say guinea pigs can't jump, yet just about every guinea pig I've had can jump.
No, none of mine can.
No, because Joe, how you can get those little hay baskets that hang on the side of the cage?
Yeah.
I had my first guinea pig could actually jump into that.
I've got a nice
Well,
application of
well, on this
ready to
just
go.
gone,
But if you'd rather, I just need to
we've
walk.
had them inside over winter, because we've had she's with a rabbit as well, so they're both quite old, so we didn't want them outside during winter, and it's like a small cage inside, and the ledge for it isn't, but when you take the cage bit off, it's just sort of like a platform. It's not that high, but when I clean it out, she looks at it and knows that she could get in it, but she kind of just sort of sits there and waits for someone to lift her in.
Right.
She just can't get to getting in it.
You asked for a report, you got it dispersed.
Understood. Returning to
Interesting,
the
though.
labs.
There,
But,
I'm helping.
what other
If you start limping now, you
what
might find a
animal?
spot.
Well, what things do animals do that don't normally do? There'll be like one circumstance where it's just trying to like break the rules, do something different.
I thought so. Come on.
For some
Our
reason,
warlord is
I
somewhere
just
in Ghidorah's
decided to
lab.
think of turtles.
Chicken shit everywhere.
Nah.
I mean, technically that's not unusual often, but it makes no sense. I mean, do you see that Cracked article about farming recently?
No.
Enjoy.
Yeah, it gives them this water. They've got water from this little thing. They've got it specifically designed so chickens can't sit on it. And then when it collected at the end of the day, it was poo inside, which means they would have had to like forcibly back themselves up onto their own water source and then shit into it. And why would you do that? It makes no sense.
For sure, a strange person.
Sometimes when I clean out the outside hutch, there'll be like poo on the walls. It's occasionally. It's rare that it happens, but sometimes I'll just be like, how did you do this? It doesn't make sense. It'll be like right at the top and it's a big hutch as well. Like, the only way it could have happened is if the rabbit got some on a paw and then sort of like smeared it on the wall purposely. It's just not possible otherwise.
I'm starting to feel the topic needs to be shifted.
Yeah.
I thought you were gonna say, I don't think you were gonna say shift.
Oh, funny because, you know, my humour was straight that low.
Yes.
Um,
I fucking hate strategy games. Why is there so much multitasking? Kill things. You're an elder, like hundreds of years old. You don't need me to tell you what to do.
Well, that kind of beats the point, doesn't it? If the game played itself, where's the fun?
Why can't they do it in the Starfarer way, where it just does what it wants when you're not commanding it? And obviously, if you wanted to do something else, then you go and command it.
Yeah, but it requires a bit of programming then. It's really just going to use the same sort of thing from Skirmish.
A heavy weapons squad guardsman just tried to unpass my Wraith Guard from Wraith Light and just smashed him into the ground with its sword.
There's a few things I was going to say, but they're probably not appropriate at all.
Well, that doesn't involve dead animals and the slightly... Well, I don't think we need to actually head back to that topic.
Do you want to go into the topic of pro-app initiatives?
No. Dear Lord, no. Like, actually, I feel we need to talk about EA.
Rather
Oh
than
yeah, because, well, what about Origin?
Yes, and, well, EA in general, their inability to supply servers that actually work for a large amount of people.
I think one of the things that bothers me is some people have like massive blame EA for a lot of things like, oh, EA are rubbish, they've just done everything wrong. But yeah, I think that even though I disagree with some of the things they've done, most of the time I prefer them to Activision. Activision are purposely out there for your money. Whereas the problems I had with Origin were like, whoa, don't want your money, you can keep it, yeah, just put that money back in your wallet. Yeah. So all I wanted to do was buy Mass Effect. It was like, nope, don't want you doing that. And then you click the pay button, but you worked hard for that money, keep it. You'll be better off on something else. Then finally had to sort of fight the system and got through a few days later. Whereas I think with Activision it would have been click the pay button, they've been like, well done, you've bought Call of Duty Elite and all the map packs and the game twice over, just to be sure, because we know you love Call of Duty and we just went there, you gave us the bank details, we did it for you, we know you're not going to complain because you love Call of Duty.
Activision will
Conveniently
bring
I've not bought it.
Can you show me the laboratory? I need to speak with
Yeah. What was the problem you had with EA?
Well, I think it sort of like spreads back to with Bad Company 2, well, and 1943 with the server issues. Then my recent scraping with the Cerberus code for Mass Effect 2.
and Battlefield 3 fuck up for the servers.
And that was...
Basically, any new game that seems to release that has multiplayer has fucked up servers at the
I
start.
love that. You got kicked. What?
All the problems we've had was our server base, because we all know the game ones on release have not had enough servers. And I think the whole Origin thing, when they put the sale on, it just didn't have servers to cope with it, which is why I couldn't buy Mass Effect. It was like, no, can't buy it because the servers just weren't there.
Well, so in reality, someone got 2 Cerberus codes.
I don't think so. It's probably just not been sent somehow. It's just found a way to not send you one. You know, it's probably just been sent to the same place at the end of Indiana Jones with all the crates.
Being examined by Top now.
Yeah.
That was close, I almost died. Have AP rounds. Problem with that.
But one of the things with EA that I've noticed a lot with Command and Conquer is, EA made Command and Conquer 4, which was terrible, but then they didn't make just Tiberium. And yes, Tiberium sounded good, but I can make any game sound good by talking about it. When it comes to playing it, it's always going to be different.
Oh, I'm sorry, you just have a decent PR campaign.
Who's going to make Tiberium?
What?
Who's going to make Tiberium?
I don't know, someone in EA, but... Well, I think they made a chunk of it and they were like, no, this isn't the standard, we're going to cancel it. And everyone's like, how is it not the standard when these other games they've made were. But I'm guessing if they said it's not the standard, it probably would have been horrific. It's not that they've stopped it because it was actually decent. Because whoever stopped anything because it's decent?
I assume that early on in the game, the command system was an absolute clusterfuck and they couldn't think of any way of fixing it, so they just thought, yeah, let's just not bother with this.
I think it would have been like Brothers in Arms, where I don't mind that series, but the problem with it is that it wants you be fighting, but also getting people to fight with you, and it's kind of mixed. If you try and fight on your own, usually it doesn't work, but your teammates can't do all the fighting either, because the AI is not perfect, and it doesn't want you anyway. Your troops will probably die, so you have to sort of do both, or it won't work. I'm guessing it was like that, but probably with mammoths and any other vehicle. But you'd have like orcas and you'd be commanding units, and I think it would have just been a big mess to do.
Been getting it to work for quite some time.
Yeah, but on this scale.
Yeah.
Because I'm guessing you couldn't be fighting and controlling all these units. Probably would have been horrific.
Let me get your opinion.
The opinion based on observation that'll probably EA would say is
I'm
fine.
being the voice of the internet right now. More precisely the giant bunch of Command and Conquer EA hating morons.
Well, when everyone says, was it Westwood?
It was
Westwood
originally.
should come back. EA, you're bad. No.
Well, when they say Westwood should come back, if you check who's making Command and Conquer, I think the majority is staff from Westwood. I think it's just a few people, people in charge that went. It's not like they went back the game. They didn't do all the work there. They were probably just like, oh, you should probably do
people who
this.
make the coffee.
Yeah, they probably just sort of sat around, made a bit of coffee and just said, is everyone doing their work? Yes. I'm gonna have a nap now.
Sleepy time.
There's no way that a handful of people could be that important to the company and these people still have jobs. Especially that EA wanted to keep them and brought them into this other sort of division, put them mainly into EA rather than being a third-party company. So I'm guessing that Westwood weren't as good as people remember them really well. They did a good job with some of the earlier games, but the things that both teams have made now, the like higher up people that went off to form that other company, I don't think they've made anything where it was like fabulous and everyone loved it. And the other group haven't really either, the one that stuck with EA.
I'm Leet Hacker. Step aside, script kiddies.
Wild
Packing PDAs for the win.
Yes. Are you sure you're not a script kiddie either?
No, I'm professional. I hacks and stuff.
Are you sure?
Apparently my connection to the Steam service is being lost. That's just fantastic.
I'm on Visual Basic right now, James, and like I can look at programming, and you're there playing Mass Effect.
Yep. Mass Effect 2.
I think. Oh. I think my argument's invalid then, isn't it?